All right, y'all. Hopefully we are live. Hopefully you can see and hear me okay. I'm 5x5 and all that good stuff. Um, First live stream in a while. I think it's been a couple of weeks now since I did one, and it was a couple of weeks before that since I've been on. So it's been really busy here lately with work and homestead and uh, all that fun stuff. So I really hadn't been able to make as many videos as I want to, or be able to do live streams or anything like that. Hey, Karen, good to see you, and Ashley, good to see y'all in here. Um, hadn't been able to really keep up as much as I'd like to. Um, Usually I catch Prepper Nations videos and Papa Prepper and all of them. Hey, Appalachian, good to see you. But here lately, for the past couple of weeks, I hadn't even been able to catch their live stream, much less do one of my own. But anyway, Appalachian, everybody's doing pretty good. The kids are still wild and crazy. My wife is finally out of the boot now. Her foot's healing up, seems to be pretty good now. She's been out of it for the last 2 or 3 days and seems to be doing pretty good. So hopefully everything is healing like it's supposed to and everything's good to go. But I appreciate it, Karen. I'm glad you're in here. Hopefully you enjoy it. World Without Rule of Law, good to see you, buddy. And Cat Lady, good to see you as always. I meant to text you back today, but I kind of forgot about it after I got home from work. Joanne, good to see you. And Jennifer Cruz, good to see you in here. Hopefully everybody's been doing good and everything's been going your way. Like I said, last couple of weeks, Close the Art, good to see you. Hidden City Prepper, yep, I remember you changed your name there. I like that name, by the way, that's pretty cool. But anyway, it's been really busy. We're still behind on a lot of things on the garden and homestead stuff and all that, but that's how it goes. Hopefully I got that Massey Ferguson tractor doing good now. I've been driving it a little bit today, pushing some stuff with the road blade and everything like that. So hopefully it's resolved most of the issues. I still got to get some tires for it and a couple other things that I need to do with it to. Hey, Stuart and Lisa Martin, good to see you in here. Got to get some tires for it because they're in right rough shape. I need to fix some lights on it, which is not a major issue, just something I like. I like to have lights on things because a lot of times I end up doing stuff at night. And the valve, the hydraulic valve for the actual loader, I need to take that off and go through it and rebuild it or get another one if I can't find parts or whatever. But other than that, it should be ready to put the loader back on. It had a loader originally, and yeah, Jennifer, I understand that, but we appreciate you being on here while you're here. Trip to Texas. Big Jermaine, good to see you on here. Hope you're doing well out there. Everything's going good. East Kentucky, good to see you in here. Hadn't seen a lot of y'all in a few weeks and everything. Karen's garden. I need to clean out my garden and figure out what to plant preparing for fall. Yep, I hear you on that. I'm not sure your area in everything like that. Here in Virginia, it's really too late now to plant any late tomatoes or corn or things like that. You really want to plant it by the 1st of July. Here we are at mid-July, so I'm really not sure what you could do this late in the season, depending on your area. For us here in Virginia, we can do like turnip salad, greens, and things like that for a while. But I think we're pretty much too far on the normal garden stuff for now. I did plant some pumpkins the other day, so hopefully we'll have a good crop out of them for Halloween and all that fun stuff. And if not, they make good goat treats too. Goats usually like pumpkins pretty good. But anyway, on this tractor deal, it was my dad's old tractor. I used to drive it a lot when I was a kid. I used to disc a garden, and we used it to get up hay and stack hay and things. We never really cut hay or baled hay with it, but I'm gonna try to do that with it. My dad gave me that tractor to get it. He told me if I get it running, I could have it. He also gave me the hay equipment because he really doesn't fool with that anymore. I still got to put some tires on the hay mower to be able to bring it home, and then try to start going through them and fixing them up and trying to find what the problems will be. I got the rake here and the baler here, so the hay mower is the only thing that I need to move, and then just start going through them and everything. But the tractor, it's an old Massey Ferguson. It's like back in the early 60s, but it's been sitting for about 7 years because when the hydraulics went out on it, we used it for a year or so just pulling the hay rake around because it's an old manual hay rake. So we just pulled it with that. And then I got it home now and got the hydraulic pump in it. That was an experience, but I've got it done and it seems to be working now. The engine, I thought maybe I was going to have to rebuild it. I was running and everything, but it was water in the oil pan. I drained the oil and all that, and there was a bunch of just gray gloop stuff in there. Also, I had to add some water to the radiator, so I thought it was going in the oil pan, and I'm not sure if it was or not. We're guessing that maybe as long as it's set, the head gasket to come apart on it and let it seep through. But I put some stuff in there that a mechanic told us to try, some stuff that he uses and everything that he trusts, and put it in there and let it run. Put it in there, I forgot what day it was, but I let it run for 3 or 4 hours, and the tractor ran perfect and didn't have any problems or anything like that. And then I got a bale of hay and went to move it down to the hog lot to put in there for the hogs, and the tractor cut off and wouldn't crank back up. So that gave me a fit for a couple days. It ended up being a bunch of old gelled up fuel in the tank, and the filters were also stopped up. Like I said, it's been sitting for like 7 years with them same filters and everything, but I guess I should have drained all that to start with, but since it cranked and ran so good, and I was hoping that, when it was sitting there, that it was, not enough fuel in there to really gum up is what I was hoping for. But anyway, so I drained the tank on it and found all that. I could see down in the tank that there was a bunch of stuff still in there, but you can't get your hand through there to clean it out or anything. So I put the drain back in the bottom of the tank, and I put about 2 gallons of gas in it. It's a diesel tractor, but I put 2 gallons of gas in it and let it set overnight. And then I kind of went out there and shook it up a couple times and everything, and then drained it out the next day. And it seemed like that gas, broke that gelled up fuel loose in the tank there. So when I drained it again, it seemed like all of it, or at least most of it, came out. And put new filters on there, got everything primed up, got it started back Friday. And then we were going to the lake Saturday, so I didn't get a chance to do anything with it. And Sunday was church and a couple other things. So this evening when I got home, I went out there and cranked it again. And then I hooked up my road blade and went around pushing some stuff here that needs to be cleared out. I got a lot more to do clearing out the woods. I want to clear me a path all the way around. So over the winter, I'm hoping to be able to fence those woods in, give me some more grazing room and all of that. But so far, the tractor run good today. I didn't have any more problems out of it. I guess I got most of that old fuel out, and it's doing pretty good now. So be ready to put some tires on there and hopefully be good to go from there. So hopefully everybody's been good out there. Kind of gotten lost in the chat here. Karen's in an apartment. Yeah, that might hamper what you're able to plant there. And tomatoes starting soon, taking their beets. That's cool. Raised beds are a disaster. I'm not getting any tomatoes. It's flowering with them. Huh. That's not good, Jennifer. I don't know if they got some kind of disease or something or what, but all right, close the arc. I'm not sure. Like I said, I've been really busy here lately, and I hadn't had a lot of time to make videos or be on live stream or anything like that. I missed the last couple of Shotgun Saturday nights. I've watched a little bit of them later on after the fact, but I'll probably be on there sometime here in the near future. I'll have to get up with John and everything like that. Hopefully, I'll be able to get things kind of caught up here lately, and if not, towards the fall and wintertime when things kind of slow down, hopefully I can do more YouTubing. And I'm not sure where Orville's at tonight. I hadn't talked to him a lot today. He was going live on Tuesday nights, and then I guess he just got busy too and hadn't had time to do it. But seen him at church yesterday and all of that, so he's doing good. I'm just not sure what he's doing tonight and everything. No, Cat Lady, I hadn't. I'll have to catch up on them. Busy is good. I worked all weekend on the homestead. Yep, I understand that. Definitely so. I think it was last weekend or the weekend before. It was a busy weekend, and I went out there at like midnight Friday night and put that hydraulic pump in and put the tractor back together. Took me about 4 hours. I finished up at 4:30 in the morning. So I did make that video last week or whenever it was about are you really homesteading or something like that, I called it. And like I said, you don't have to be out there 4 o'clock in the morning putting a tractor back together, but if you're going to be into homesteading, you're going to be busy. I mean, you've got to be doing the things. It's just a full-time job. It really is. And then having a full-time job and, a lot of times family stuff on the weekends and everything, it really makes it push for time to be able to catch everything up. There's a million and one things that I still need to catch up on and be doing right now, but it's just only so many hours in a day. Hey Deborah, good to see you in here. Shelling butter beans, that's a good thing to do. My butter beans hadn't come in yet, so we'll get plenty of green beans though. It's still about 3 rows out there that needs to be picked now, some that I planted later. We canned 70 or 80 quarts so far, and that was just the first picking on 4 rows, so it'll definitely be more to come. Diabetic Prepper, good to see you in here. I don't think I've hollered at you yet. True American Loretta, good to see you in here. Diabetic Prepper doesn't like butter beans, I guess. What we got is lima beans, but we call them butter beans around here. I got to pick corn tomorrow. We should have some ready to pick tomorrow. Sick of green beans and blackberries. 64 jars of blackberry jam and 63 of green beans. That's a whole lot of blackberry jam. We got a lot of blackberries around here, and we were hoping to get some berries off of them. Hey Ruth, good to see you. We was hoping to get a bunch off of them. We did last year, but then this year the drought just hit so bad that there's still some right there we could pick, but I mean they're smaller than your finger, so we really hadn't worried with them too much. It's a wild blackberry bush, but last year we put fertilizer on it, and we got a lot of rain last year, and I mean they were about as big as your index finger. I mean they was almost as big as the tame ones you buy out of the grocery store, and that's what we were hoping for this year, but it didn't pan out. But a couple of my buddies, World Without Rule of Law, he was on here earlier. I don't know if he's still in here, but he gave me some tame blackberry slips I planted and some elderberry too. So hopefully next year I'll get a crop out of them. Tomatoes and peppers are finally producing. That's good. Before I came in here, I picked almost 5-gallon bucket full of tomatoes. They're not all of them all the way ripe, but they're ripe enough to bring them in and set them on the counter and let them ripen up that way. That's good. I'm glad you're still in here, man. But yeah, that's the main thing right now. I also had to do some work on my hog lot. The pigs were doing really good. They've been perfect little angels so far until Friday. Then they decided they want to start getting out, and they didn't really go anywhere. It was just kind of a pain in the butt. So we got them back in there, and then had to fix the pen a little bit and get a new fence box. I guess maybe lightning hit mine or something. It wasn't working anymore. So anyway, hopefully they'll stay in there now. Brian Keith, good to see you in here. Yep, it has been a long time. We've been good over here. Just been busy too, and hopefully y'all been good and everybody's doing good. Deborah froze corn last week. Been pickling tame blackberries and freezing. I hear that. My wife has done about three three batches of pickled cucumbers this year so far. I hear you on that, Big Jermaine. We um anyway, we like a lot of green beans. We put up about 114 quarts last year, and then this year, yeah, I'm just checking on my phone here. Cat Lady, you should be able to share your link here because you have a blue wrench. You are a moderator here, so hopefully you can do that. And yeah. Anyway, we put up 70 or 80 quarts so far, and we'll still have some more to put up when we pick again. Hey, Kurt, good to see you in here. I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully, you are too. I figured we'd have old Orville sliding in here by now, but I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's got his notifications turned off or something. I didn't know if I'd be able to hop on here tonight, so I didn't really uh, post it or anything. But anyway, we made it, so that's a good thing. Anyone have the door knockers? I have it, and honestly, I really doubt I will where I'm at. But I don't know. Have any of y'all had any visitors yet? But yeah, it's crazy. They're just pushing this thing so hard. It's honestly pathetic. Um, it's just practically begging people for the jab, and I mean, it should tell you about all you need to know there. That if they have to go out and beg people door to door, then maybe um, what it's for is not all it's hyped up to be, and then maybe the thing itself is not safe. Kind of makes you think, makes you wonder. I hear you, cat lady. East Kentucky says no, but I can't wait. Yeah, Joanne. I know a couple people around here that's taken it, and a lot of them have gotten sick. It's I don't know. To each their own, I guess, but I'd rather just take my chances. Yeah, it is, Brian Keith. I don't know. It's just crazy. Um, the more, hey Elliot, good to see you. I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully you are too. But I mean, the more you see the way people act and public in general, the more I just want to stay on my homestead. Tell you the truth. Being out on the homestead and working the land or tending the animals or whatever. That's really what I enjoy doing. Diabetic prepper, I like that idea. But yeah, um, like I said, being out there working on the homestead is really what I enjoy doing. Um, I don't watch TV anymore or anything like that. Occasionally, when I have a few minutes, I'll watch YouTube or listen to somebody in the background and everything. But I hadn't really had time to do that lately. It's just been a million and one things to do. Um, Also, this evening, I went down to my father-in-law's. He's done with his corn, so I cut 4 rows of corn and brought it up here and give it to the cows. I used his dump truck for that. He's got a Dodge 3500 with a dump bed, and I've cut a lot of corn in a regular pickup body, and hauled it for the cows when I was younger, and different things like that, and having to unload it and everything like that. Uh, the dump truck was definitely the way to go on that. It was nice, cutting and loaded by hand, but then just being able to hit a button and dump it in the field. That was definitely a lot nicer than having to unload it again. Yeah, Elliot, I hadn't heard that, but I'm really not surprised. No, Joanne, I really don't have a lot of time for it, and tell you the truth, there really ain't much on that I would care to watch. No way. When they have new episodes of The Walking Dead, I always try to catch that, but other than that, it really ain't nothing else that I care for. I usually don't watch a lot of movies and things either. A lot of times people ask me, "Have you seen this movie or seen that movie?" Even older movies, and I'm like, "Nah, I hadn't." But anyway, it is what it is. Um, Really hadn't had a lot of time to play music or anything either lately. Still play every Wednesday and Sunday over at church, but I don't really play sitting around the house like I used to a few years ago and everything. But it's music is something you really got to be into to do it. When you're tired and everything going on, you really don't feel like playing a lot of music. Coin shortage. I hadn't heard about that in a while. That's exactly right, cat lady. It's not any news anymore. It's reality TV. No, cat lady, I hadn't seen that. Yeah, it's a lot of things going on. It's really it's so much going on. It's hard to keep up with. But that's really why I push homesteading, which I'm not totally self-sufficient yet either, but that's really the direction I want to head. Where you know more or less be good to go regardless of what everybody else does. But there's only so much you can do. You know, if you have nuclear fallout or something, you know, it's going to be hard to homestead through that and everything. But as far as, you know, shutdowns and shortages and everything like that, I want to be able to produce enough, you know, on my own, not to have to worry about it. Hopefully, in a couple more years, I can be a little more set up. I'm hoping next year to be able to raise about 5 acres of corn to produce feed and get a grinder to hook to the PTO on the tractor or something like that to be able to grind my own feed. That's really one of the downfalls right now is feed, how expensive it is, and if you do have collapse, not being able to get it, not being able to feed and take care of the animals. Uh, we could probably make it a while, even without the feed store and everything, with the land around here, and you know, going out and cutting different things or leading them different places to eat and everything like that. But I'd rather be able to have feed stored up and have a cushion. You know, uh, you want to have, you know, a year's worth of food or more, you know, put up for yourself. It's also a good idea to have that put up for your animals too. A year or however much you can get, you know. Yeah, I think that's a good guess, close the art. Um, I'm really surprised that we hadn't had an EMP yet. Hmm. Yep. What I feed my chickens is the same thing I feed the hogs. It's the mixed feed, the ground up corn, and a couple of the minerals and everything. Uh, I can get a 100 pound bag for like $20. So that's what I feed them to instead of laying mash and all that. But yeah, um, I think the what was it, cyber polygon or something like that they called it. Um, I guess that went along pretty smooth or something. I didn't, you know, hear of any real attacks coming out of that. I really hadn't been up to date on, you know, current issues and everything like that. And maybe it makes me kind of a bad prepper, so to speak. But where we're working at right now, I don't have any phone service, so I can't like watch YouTube or anything like that at work, and then coming home and jumping straight on the homestead stuff until bedtime. I really hadn't had a lot of uh, news or current events or anything like that, so not really sure what's going on in the world. LG, good to see you in here. Yeah, Brian Keith, probably so. I know there was a lot of talk about it and speculation and everything like that of a real attack coming out of it and everything like that, but it so far is going pretty good, I guess. Yeah, Joanne. Hopefully, won't be too long. I'll hit the bed and everything. I got Dr. Pepper in my cup. I guess I should have grabbed a Red Bull or something. Um, I really can't drink coffee when it's hot. I like coffee in the wintertime, but not in the summertime. Yeah, LG. It's just been a lot going on and a lot of work to do and homesteading and all that. So I really hadn't had time to make a lot of videos like I wanted to, and haven't done a live in a few weeks and all that. I really hadn't had a chance to keep up with everybody like Prepper Nation and Papa Prepper and all that either. Yeah, cat lady, I can't do that. Um, when it gets hot, I'm done with coffee. She's doing pretty good, Deborah. I was talking about it earlier. She's been out of the boot for 2 or 3 days now, so hopefully everything's healing like it should. And she's been able to walk around without the boot and everything. They said that her foot could still swell up for up to a year or something like that afterwards. So we'll see how that goes. But she's able to walk on it and everything now. So hopefully it'll be getting better. 300 chickens. I ain't got quite that many. I got probably 100, but I ain't got 300. Hey, Sherry, good to see you in here. Hmm. Yeah, LG, I'll drink coffee every once in a while, and more in the wintertime than I do in the summertime. It's a lot of people I know, they'll drink it all day long, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether the coffee's hot or cold. But only time I can drink it is in wintertime when it's cold and coffee is hot. All right, Jennifer, appreciate you being in here, and we'll catch you next time. Hopefully, I'll be able to be live again next Monday night. Hmm. Yeah, that's cool, cat lady. Yep, close the arc. We've been wanting to do that with some of ours, but we just hadn't gotten around to it. Uh, Putting them in the jar like that. Kurt hatched 3 litters this year. That's good. Um, I think chickens are a very good homestead animal. Uh, Definitely, I prefer them over rabbits. We've definitely had a lot better luck with raising chickens than we have rabbits. So we we got 3 rabbits left, but we got rid of the rest of them. We're gonna try to get some more and start over, and maybe they've had bad genes or whatever, but we just couldn't raise them for nothing. Yeah, Sherry, we're doing pretty good. Just been staying busy and everything like that. Like I said earlier, I really hadn't had a lot of time to make videos, and everything like that with everything going on. Um, like I said, last Friday night, I think it was no, it was Friday night before this past Friday night. When I put that hydraulic pump in the tractor, we had a busy evening, and then I went back out there about midnight and uh, set up my work light and all that, and put the hydraulic pump in and put the tractor back together and everything. I finished about 4:30 that morning and got a few hours of sleep, and we had a lot of things to do that weekend. Uh, this past weekend, Friday was busy, and then we went to the lake Saturday, and the kids really enjoyed that, and they had a good time and everything. But yesterday we had church and a few other things, so this weekend wasn't quite as busy. It was about what I'd say be normal amount for us. Hey, Jeep Girl, good to see you in here. Uh, yeah, we had like 5 or 6 litters of rabbits with different mamas and everything, and we would just lose them all one by one. Um, they would live 3 or 4 days, and then they would die. And I don't know if it's they didn't have enough milk to sustain them, but I mean, it looked like to me at least 1 or 2 of them would have lived. We even took a couple, different litters at times. It would be, 2 or 3 of them still living, and we would bring them in the house and try to feed them out of a bottle or a medicine dropper or whatever, and they would do good for a couple days, and then all of a sudden they would die too. So we just really couldn't figure it out. Um, they were New Zealand crossed with something. I'm not sure what it was, but we just all right. World without rule of law. You have a good night. I appreciate you being in here, but we just couldn't. No matter what we did, we couldn't get them to live. Some people said that we needed the mineral things in there. It's like a round circle. We put them in there. It didn't do any good. Some said that they were getting cold, that the mama wasn't pulling out enough fur to put, cotton balls and Timothy hay and all that in the little nest and thing. And we put that in there, and they would just still die. It just didn't matter what we did, they would die. So we ended up just selling all of them, but 3 of them, and we're going to try to start over with a different bunch and see if we have better luck. If we have, the same bad luck, then we'll probably just be done with rabbits. But even still, I prefer the chickens over rabbits because you do get eggs. It seems like that they're easier for us to raise young ones. You can raise them up and get meat from them or produce more eggs or whatever you want to do, where the rabbit, the only use of it is raising it up for meat, because they don't produce eggs or anything like that. So I do prefer chickens over rabbits, even if we did have good luck with them. But there's a lot of people that do have good luck with raising rabbits. They're really high on the prepper animal list, but for some reason we just couldn't get the hang of it, or at least with those. Wow, cat lady, 30 cows, that's a whole lot. I don't have, but I got a bull and a cow, and then a buddy of mine has a steer over here that he's raising up to slaughter and everything in a few months or so. Hey, Bacon, good to see you in here. But yeah, I'm hoping to get them a couple more cows, but um, in the future, maybe. I do want to get the rest of the woods fenced in and everything, but like I said, right now, uh, we've been spending the extra money that we got in fixing the tractor up, the hydraulic pump, and things to go along with that. The new seal for the PTO, or the pickup tube that I needed, and everything. That ran me about $420 on that, and then I did the rewiring on it and the battery, and changing the oil and all those different things like that. Also, I gotta have two back tires for sure. I mean, they're just dry rotting all to pieces. They have a tube, and it is the only way they're holding air now because they got splits in them like that. So forgot how much exactly they were a piece, but they're a little bit over $500 for two of them, and all of that. So that's going to be it's going to end up, by the time everything's said and done, having, I'd say, $1,500 to $2,000 in the tractor, which still ain't really bad, for the fact that my dad gave me the tractor, and all I had to do is just fix it up and everything like that. So still pretty good, pretty cheap for a tractor, but uh, you know, anyway. But yeah, hopefully everybody's been doing good over these last couple of weeks. Um, Hopefully the weather's been good and everything like that. Yeah, Sherry, I hear you on that. I was actually surprised that the tractor tires are that cheap. Um, I remember the other tractor my dad's got, the John Deere. Those tires are a little bit bigger, but if I remember right, when he had to put them on a couple of years ago, they was about $700 or $800 for two of them, and I mean that's still dirt cheap compared to the logging stuff. The cutters, the most everybody's gotten everything. They usually run the 28Ls, and they're about $3,500 a piece. And the skidders have bigger tires. The one we have has 38s on it, and they're running about $3,800 a piece. So that's definitely a lot more expensive. Yeah, LG, I'm glad it is. It's been steadily going up a little bit here and there, and I've got, last time I looked, I think I had almost 4,000 watch hours. No, I got 3,000 and something, and it's got to be 4,000. Yeah, so I got like less than 1,000 watch hours to try to get monetized. And like I said before, you know that's cool if I do, cool if I don't type of thing. With the way my channel is and a lot of the content I have, I don't know if they'll monetize me or whether they'll want me to delete a bunch of videos or something. I ain't sure. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, Ruth. You have a good night. We appreciate you coming in here. I appreciate that, Kurt. I'm not sure, LG. Um, they're supposed to be counting them, but you know how that goes. Yeah, that's a good thing to do, Katie. Um, I try to make videos to encourage people on homesteading and being more prepared and things like that. Um, hopefully, some people get encouraged off of and things, but really, I just try to show you know doing things and uh, just trying to encourage people to do the homestead things and everything like that, even when conditions suck. If you have to go out in the middle of the night and work on a tractor, or you have to work on something in the rain or in the heat and things like that. Out here in Virginia, we have a lot of humidity, and a lot of times for the last month or so, it's been anywhere from like 87 to 94 during the day, and then the heat index and humidity and everything like that is higher than that. But it just, I mean, you just gotta suck it up and do it a lot of times. You know, preparing for SHTF, if that actually happens, then you're gonna have to do a lot of things that suck. And regardless of what conditions it's in, it's not going to be, perfect conditions in SHTF. Uh, LG, I think 2 or 3 months or something. Like I said, the last month or so, it's been really hit or miss, but I think I started doing them 2 or 3 months ago or something like that. Yeah, Kurt, I understand that, and that is a concern for a lot of people. I don't think that it's, hey, American Prepper, good to see you on here. I don't think it's so much of a concern for me for where I live. Where I live is where I grew up, where I was born at. Really small town. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody already knows who you are and what you got around here anyway. So it's, not really a whole lot of privacy anyway. So definitely, you know, living where I live, it kind of gives me more freedom, I guess you'd say, or less to worry about uh, in a sense than, if I was in some bigger town or city or something like that with a bunch of people around that, I didn't really know and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, out in the country, you do have some crime and everything too, but just not as much as you do in the big city. Around here, you can generally, trust people more than you can in some areas. So I don't really let it worry me too bad. 2 3x8 rabbit tractors. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure. I would say you got 3x8 foot there. I would say you ought to be able to put 4 or 5 chickens per one. I mean, the thing with chickens is, space doesn't really um, matter so much as just the food supply. I mean, it depends on how much you want to feed them and everything like that. If you're just moving them around, letting them graze and not planning on feeding them, probably, 2 or 3, something like that. But if you're going to be feeding them feed and everything too, I mean, you could put, 4 or 5 with no problem and everything. Yeah, Bacon. I hear you on that. Tell you the truth, I've been doing this for over a year now. I started back in early 2020, probably about February, I think, maybe January, something like that. And it actually took me a long time. It took me right at a year or so to get to 1,000. But after you hit 1,000, it'll jump, you know, 200 or 300 after that pretty quick, and then it'll kind of be up and down after that. But once you hit 1,000, it'll start getting going. And I do believe that after you get monetized, YouTube starts pushing your channel more, and it'll probably jump a lot more than that. But really, the biggest hurdle is getting to 1,000, and making prepper type videos and conservative or whatever like that. It's really really hard to get out there because YouTube buries you. You know, you're not promoting what they typically agree with. Um, like I said, it's really hard to get there. Um, really, the only reason that I got to 1,000 is some of the ones pushing me, like John at Prepper Nation. He was definitely the one that pushed me. You know, a lot of subs, a lot of the people here from the nation, and it really, you know, it seems to me that I don't know a lot about YouTube or uh, social media in general, like all the right things to do to grow and everything like that. But really, Prepper Nation pushed me a lot. On road preparedness, that's cool. Yeah, I did. You know, hang out in some of her live chats, and she was on my channel a couple months ago or so. She was over for one of the Locked and Loaded, so that was cool, and I appreciate her doing that. But you know, if you a lot of people play the YouTube game, and by that I mean they'll make videos that they know are going to get a lot of views. They'll give it a catchy title like "must have 5 things or you'll die" and all this. I would say fear mongering, but it's not really fear mongering. It's just clickbaiting. They'll have a really catchy title like that, and then they'll have some kind of catchy thumbnail art, and they'll be pointing to some blacked out image, or they'll have whatever. They really play the YouTube game. So the catchy title, the clickbait thumbnail, and then they'll have a mile-long description of buzzwords, SHTF that, and prepper this, and yada, 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 and all of that. And I think that really helps, some people get out there and grow and everything like that. But I mean, that's cool if that's what you want to do, but that's just not my deal. I'm I'm just simple. you know, I am what I am and I ain't what I ain't. So I try to make normal videos talking about something that I, you know, maybe have some experience with or something I know or anything like that. And, just put it out there like it is. Um, it's like I said, it's a lot of people playing the YouTube game, and then there's a lot of people that just puts it out there raw. It is how it is. Um, a lot of times, I won't even write a description on my videos. I'll just title it something and you know pick some kind of picture for it or whatever, and put it out there. If I had more time, more spare time, I probably would, put more detailed descriptions and, you know, things like that. But, honestly, I just don't have that kind of time. Let's see. Kurt Thacker. Dig the channel because it's smaller. And yeah, Kurt Thacker, I do feel you on that. Um, like I said, I enjoy seeing the same people every time when I live stream and everything. It makes it kind of a family. And I mean, the way the chat goes with larger ones like Prepper Nation and people like that, when they got 500 or 600 people in the chat, I just, I don't think I'd be able to keep up with that myself personally. I appreciate it, Deborah. Like I said, I don't plan on changing. I am what I am. Yeah, Sherry, that's good. Like I said, I'm subscribed to a lot of preppers and everything, but a lot of them I don't watch. Um, I ain't gonna call no names or hate on anybody or anything like that, but a lot of them, it seems like they are doing it for the YouTube thing. I'm not saying that they're not a prepper, but they that's definitely what they do it for. You can always tell when somebody is real and genuine uh, versus somebody that's just doing it to make videos and you know do the YouTube thing. Yeah, Kurt. Product reviews. Some of them are pretty cool. Um, some of them are not really. Um, I A lot of times I don't watch product reviews. If it's something that I might be interested in, I'll probably watch it. But generally, I don't. And that's cool and everything. Whatever anybody wants to do. And like I said, I'm not hating on anybody for doing it. I've done a few product reviews myself, and I'll probably do some more in the future and everything. But you get to a point uh, prepping and homesteading that you kind of already know what's good and what's not. And a lot of times you're squared away on, what you need anyway. That's like, flashlights and everything. You know, Sometimes it's cool watching new flashlight reviews and everything, but, I'm pretty squared away on flashlights. That's right, cat lady. Yeah, Bacon, I hear you on that. And Kurt, yeah, reviews on solar generators. I don't have a solar generator. I just have a regular gas at the moment. But yeah, stuff like that. I understand doing research on. Um, but a lot of general prepper things. I already know what I need and what I don't, and everything like that. To tell you the truth, I usually watch more farm type stuff than I do, prepping type stuff now. Um, Trying to learn to be the most efficient at farming as I can be. Trying to produce our own food here and be able to grow and everything like that. Um, I really like being able to produce my own stuff and not having to worry about, you know, getting it from the store or whatever and everything like that. Like I said, we're not 100% set up, but in these 2 years now going on that we've been doing it, we've made a lot of progress. Um, no, I hadn't used that, cat lady. But yeah, um, in 2 years we went from no homestead stuff, starting with a handful of chickens, to now, like I said, we've got probably 100 or more, and we've got 6 goats, two. We got a bull and a cow, so 2 cows, you could say. Um, the tractor stuff. We did a garden last year. I didn't have the small tractor or anything, so last year I just used a you know walk behind tiller, a self propelled tiller, and I mean you can do it, but it's a lot more work and a lot more time consuming than a tractor. So the small tractor is definitely a lifesaver for the garden. Definitely makes it easier. Oh, we got 5 pigs too. Forgot to mention that. But going with that, and I mean the when you're just talking about it, it doesn't seem like that much. Like 2 cows and 6 goats and everything. But the fencing that goes along with that is really a major deal. Um, we put up. It's about, I think, 7 or 8, maybe even 9, 330-foot rolls of wire, and then the posts to go along with that. So it's really a lot to do, and the cost of it, because those rolls of wire is like $169 a piece, and then it's about 55 T posts, per roll of wire, and they're like $4.19 a piece. So that's really, really a big budget there. But yeah, one step at a time, I guess. But I have a hard time doing that because I'm not a very patient person. Like I said, now we're getting into the bigger tractor. We're wanting to get the hay stuff going and be able to cut our own hay probably and not have to buy it. Be able to find some uh, fields around that people let us cut and everything, and move on to that aspect. I'm hoping next year to be able to raise about 5 acres of corn and be able to grind our own feed and cut down on the cost, and also be able to be producing it ourselves. Um, we've got 5 hogs this year. Last year we had 4, and it really puts out a lot of meat. I want to get a walk-in cooler system to be able to butcher our own cows during the summertime. Because right now it would just be, all right, cat lady. Right now we would have to do it in the wintertime, and we already got all the hogs to do in the winter, so that's going to tie up time doing that. Also freezer room and everything like that. So I'd really rather do the cows in the summertime than I would the wintertime. So to do that, we'd have to have a walk-in cooler system. And right now we hadn't figured out what route we want to go on that. You can build one like out here in the barn with the panels and the cooling system and everything like that. You can also buy like the freezer bed off of a uh, single axle truck or whatever, and hook it up outside, build a shed around and everything like that. But we hadn't really got it nailed down yet. Yeah, Sherry, I hear you on that. Like I said, I love working on the homestead and the garden and everything like that. All right, close the arc. My thoughts. Do you think everyone will know to come together when it's time? Honestly, no, I don't. To tell you the truth, I don't. Um, Mainly because a lot of time people are more talk than they are serious. I mean, you have your preppers that are really not preppers that say they're going to do all this stuff and really ain't going to do jack squat. And even some of the ones that are serious and everything. And when, things get bad and everything, they won't be able to see that it's as bad as it is. And tell you the truth, I might be one of those as well, because during the whole 2020 thing, I'm sure it was bad for a lot of people, but in my personal opinion, it was nothing but just a big crock of crap. I didn't get, from the moment they started talking about it, I didn't get wrapped around the axles. I didn't worry about it, tell you the truth. I kept on living as normal as you could be in that circumstance. There was, things that were, shut down, you couldn't do, and blah, 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 blah. But other than that, didn't let it worry me. We still went to work. During logging, there was no shutdown or anything. So, worked normally. Started working in the homestead and, building it up. And I didn't worry about the rest, to tell you the truth, But I don't know. I guess close the arc. It also depends on the situation. If it's a foreign invasion or something, people would be probably more likely to come together at a time like that than just during a slow collapse or something. If you know what I mean, and if that kind of answers your question. That's exactly right, Kurt. That's definitely the way I feel about it. And to tell you the truth, there was a lot more in my neck of the woods that did buy into everything of it than I would have thought. Um, but hey, it is what it is. All right, y'all. Yep, that's right. Close the arc. Um, I have a small little community here. I've been wanting to try to expand maybe with a couple more families and stuff, but we're working on that. Hmm. A little at a time, but we have one family that we're really close with, and we help them a lot, and they help us a lot, and we hang out all the time. They went to the lake with us on the weekend, and you know, pretty much we adopted their kids, and they adopted ours, and like I said, we're pretty close. So if anything happens, we'll definitely be together, and that's really if you have a group or people that you plan on coming together with, you need to be doing it now. You need to make it a habit, and then that way, if something does happen, then you can just, straight transition into it. All right, Deborah, I'm glad you were in here and enjoyed the chat. But anyway, y'all, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down and see what's going on downstairs. My wife is probably canning tomatoes right now. We got a bunch of them down there to process and do something with, so I'll probably help her with that and head to bed after a while. But I appreciate everybody coming on here, and I appreciate everybody still following me, even though I haven't been putting out a lot of content, and appreciate all the moderators and doing what they do and everything. I know I usually don't say that enough, but anyway, I appreciate everybody being in here. Hope you have a good night and a good week, and stay prepped up, prayed up, and strapped up. See you.